Hi viewers, today in this video we are going to discuss one of the important 10 marks question in intermediate second year. The question is explain the characteristics of developing countries with special reference to India. That means developing countries characteristics, or we can say developing countries situations. Okay, what kind of situations there we can see. Let's see first introduction. For every 10 marks question, we must write a good introduction. World Bank classify all countries into developed and developing countries based on GNI per capita income. What is World Bank classify all countries into developed countries and developing countries based on GNI per capita income. GNI means gross national product. How we can get per capita income? If we divide this gross national product with population, then we can get GNI per capita income. India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh are some of developing countries consist following characteristics. Okay, following characteristics. So let's see the characteristics of developing countries. The first one is low per capita income. So having low per capita income is one of the characteristics of developing countries. India also developing country. That's why in question we mentioned reference to India. So in India also we can see the same characteristics. First one, low per capita income. What is the meaning of per capita? If you divide national income with population, we get per capita income. That means one person average income is called per capita income. Let's see. Poverty reflects low GNI per capita income. So as we know, in India, most of the people are poor. So poor people means their income will be low and per capita income also will be low. Most of the developing countries are suffering from absolute poverty. What is the meaning of absolute poverty? Where people cannot get the basic needs, that is called absolute poverty. If people are unable to use basic needs, then it called absolute poverty. Okay. And the next point is predominance of agriculture. Predominance. Dominance means it dominates other two sectors. So agriculture sector dominate other two sectors. In all developing countries, agriculture sector play key role. In all developing countries, including in India, agriculture sector play a key role. In India, the workforce engaged in agriculture is 42%. That means out of 100 members, 42 members are working in agriculture. It will be less than 5% in developed countries, but in India, 42%. And it contributing 60% in national income. So how much income is coming from agriculture? 16%. That means if our country getting 100 rupees means only 16 rupees coming from agriculture, but how many members are working? 42%. So this is not good. And the third one is capital deficiency. So what is the meaning of deficiency? Means not having enough. So developing countries including India not have enough capital. Capital means the money which we use in the production process. That means in a simple way investment. If country has low level of income, as we know India and other developing countries have low level of income, it results low level of savings, because if people have less income they cannot save more. If people cannot save, the low level of investment also will be there, because if people don't have income they cannot save. If people cannot save, how they will invest? So investment also will be low. So these ultimately leads low level of capital formation. Okay, so see from starting, if if the country has low level of income, it results low level of savings and low level of investment, and it ultimately leads low level of capital formation. Due to low level of capital, labor and natural resources are not utilizing fully. Why? Due to low level of capital. That means we don't have enough money. That's why labor and natural resources are not utilizing fully. We are unable to utilize our natural resources and labor. Okay. Next, fourth point, technological backwardness. What is the meaning of backwardness? Means technological backwardness means we are not using advanced technology like other developed countries. We are using old technology. That means we are back technologically compared to developed countries. Let's see the point. The lack of capital obstructs. Obstructs means stop. The lack of capital stops the process of removing old technology or techniques and set up new technology. So that means this lack of capital stop or slow down the process of removing old technology and set up new technology. Because if you don't have money, how we can buy new technology? How we can find new technology? So the process will be slow down. And due to low capital, so here just correct the spelling, due to low capital, country is unable to spend much money on research and development. Due to low capital, that means less money, country is not spending so much money on research and development. That's why our technology is also not developing. Okay, let's see the fifth one, lack of infrastructure facilities. So infrastructure facilities are very important for one country's development, especially industrial sector development. So infrastructure facilities like banking, education system, public health, drinking water, transport and communication facilities are necessary for one country development, but these are all in India are very low. So, but in India, all these infrastructure facilities are low. That's why country is not developing. So having less infrastructure facilities is one of the reason for, sorry, one of the characteristic of developing countries. Next one, some demographic features. Here demography means it study about population. Okay, so some population features. Most of the developing countries consist following features like high population growth rate and high birth rate, high but declining death rate, and shorter life expectancy, high population density. So these kind of population features in we can see in India, and this kind of population features we can see in all developing countries. Okay, and the seventh point is high rate of illiteracy. So clearly observe here the word illiteracy. So it's opposite to literacy. Literacy means educated people. Illiteracy means uneducated people. The literacy rate is very high in many developing countries. Okay, so just here correct it. The literacy rate is not high, it is very low. Okay, it is very low in many developing countries. Literacy rate is very low. Okay, sorry. Here we are discussing illiteracy means uneducated people. So uneducated people are, so it is correct. See, literacy means educated people, illiteracy means uneducated people. So this the illiteracy rate, that means uneducated people, is very high in many developing countries, okay, including in India also. So if we see, according to 2011 census, India's literacy rate is just 74%, and male literacy rate is 82%, and female literacy rate is 65%. That means if we see overall, 74% are literates, that means educated people means, remaining 26% people are uneducated. So if you see in boys, 18% people are uneducated. If you see in female, so 65 means 35% people are uneducated. So most illiterate people we have in India and all developing countries. So this is one of the feature. And next one, eighth one, a dualistic economy. Here the dualistic means two types of economy we can see in all developing countries. Okay, let's see what are those two. Most of the developing countries have two types of economies. One is market economy, which is practiced in towns. That means developed economical situations. And the second one is subsistence economy, which is practiced in rural agriculture. That means not so developed economy and economical situations. So two types of situations we can see in developing countries. So cities are developed very well, and villages and agriculture sector is not developing very well. And the ninth one is underdeveloped natural resources. So this is one of the characteristic in India. In most of the developing countries, natural resources are either utilized or overutilized or misutilized. So see, once in most of the developing countries, natural resources either not utilized, that means they are not utilizing, or overutilized, that means they are exploiting them, that means they are utilizing them more than their needs, and misutilized. So correct here spelling, misutilized means they are utilizing in a wrong way because of various factors like inaccessibility, that means they are not accessing properly, and lack of technology because they don't have technology to find the resources, and lack of capital, or lack of money. Capital means lack of money. Okay. And the 10th one is lack of entrepreneurship. So here the pronunciation is entrepreneurship. Oh, some of the following factors are stopping the growth of enterprise in developing countries. Enterprise means the management, the way of management, or how we are managing, or how we are innovating new things. So that is okay, how we are running our factories or industries. So this entrepreneurship, that means managing skills, are very low in all developing countries, including India. There are many reasons for that, like lack of capital, money we don't have, and lack of technology, we don't have technology, and lack of education, we don't have good education. So that's why the management skills we are not learning properly, and lack of infrastructure facilities. Due to this, the entrepreneurship is not growing very fast. So due to these 10 reasons, country is not developing, and these 10 types of features we can see in all developing countries. Okay, so we can see all developing countries, we can see these kind of features in all developing countries. Okay, thank you. If you like this explanation and video, so please share and subscribe it. Thank you.